I, 28 male, have been engaged to my fiancée, 27 female, for about 3 months now. We've been together nearly 5 years, and until yesterday, I thought everything was going well. Now, I don't know what to think. Yesterday morning, I woke up earlier than usual. No particular reason, just one of those times where your body declares it's done sleeping. I reach over for my fiancée, but she wasn't in bed. That wasn't totally unusual. She sometimes gets up early to scroll her phone in the living room or make coffee before I wake up. I didn't think much of it at first, but then I heard her giggle. It was faint, coming from down the hall. Nothing strange about that either, except something about it felt off. It wasn't the usual casual laughter I was used to. It was softer, more intimate, more flirtatious. I got up and followed the sound. It was coming from our spare bedroom. The door was mostly closed, but it wasn't latched all the way. I could hear murmured voices inside, and then I heard a man's voice. I couldn't make out what was being said, but it was unmistakably male. I stood there frozen. Why was she in there? Why was she giggling? Why was there a guy in our house at this hour? Who the hell was she talking to? Anyway, I pushed the door open just a little more. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, topless. She didn't see me. Her back was to me, and her laptop was on her lap. There was a man on her screen. I quickly retreated before either of them noticed me. I can't be 100% sure, but I believe it was my best friend, which really makes this already sucky situation even worse. Eventually, she came back in, acted totally normal, kissed me on the forehead, and asked if I wanted breakfast. I could barely even look at her. Since then, I've felt completely shattered. Looking back, I should have seen the signs. She's been acting differently for the last few months, especially since we got engaged. Distant sometimes, overly affectionate at others. She's been on her phone a lot more, gets irritated when I ask little things, and my best friend, on the other hand, has been weird too. Not as available, avoidant even, less engaged in conversation. Maybe it's all in my head. I don't know, man. I can't unsee what I saw, and I can't unhear that voice. I fucking loved this woman. I wanted to marry her. I never imagined I'd be in this situation. Untangling our lives is going to be such a mess. Our families are intertwined together, even extended ones. Why did she have to do this? I don't know what to do. How do I find out who it was on the other end? Because, believe me, it's important. If it's my best friend, I need to know. I need advice. How do I even approach this? Do I ask her directly? Do I confront my best friend? Do I try to gather more proof first? What do I do? Update. I honestly don't even know how to feel right now, but I figured I'd update since people were asking what I plan to do next. I was a complete mess at work. I couldn't think straight, couldn't focus, and was just boiling over with anger and hurt. I was honestly ready to do something reckless. A mate at work noticed I was off and pulled me aside. I told him everything, and he was a huge help. Talked me down from doing anything stupid, helped me clear my head a bit. He also made me realize that if I was going to get any real answers, I needed to confront my best friend directly. After work today, we went straight to my best friend's place. I wasn't even sure it was him the whole ride there. When I knocked, he took a second too long to open the door. And when he did, he looked like a deer in headlights. I hadn't even said a word. That's when I knew. I told him we needed to talk. He tried to brush me off, but I wasn't having it. I asked him point blank if it was him FaceTiming. His face said everything before his mouth could. He tried to stammer something out, but I didn't need to hear it. My brain just short-circuited. I punched him. My mate stepped in immediately, pulled me away, and got me out of there before things got worse. My best friend, ex-best friend now, I guess, didn't even fight back. He just stood there looking like a loser. I don't even know if he tried to explain himself because I didn't give him the chance. I got back home afterward and am still shaken from everything. My ex isn't home yet. I have no idea where she is. I don't know if she's at work late, with a friend, or avoiding me because she knows what's coming. I haven't texted or called her yet, because what's there to say? Hey, are you done fucking my best friend yet? If so, please hurry back home to cuddle. I'm just sitting here in our apartment, staring at the walls, wondering how the hell my life flipped upside down so fast. 2 days ago by this time, I was engaged and planning a future with the woman I loved. Now, I don't even know who she is. And my best friend, my supposed best man at my wedding, he's dead to me now. I have no idea what to do next. Do I wait for her to come home and see what excuse she tries to spin? Do I just pack my stuff and leave before she gets here? Do I confront her like I did him? I just want this day to end. Final update. It's 10:40 p.m. now, and she packed some things and left in a rage a short while ago. I expected to be completely heartbroken, but strangely, I feel calm. Like this is some sort of an out-of-body experience. She'll probably come back for the rest of her stuff, but I won't be here. I got nothing left to say to her. She got home at around 10. She came in already fuming, and it was obvious she talked to my ex-best friend. There was no attempt to deny anything, no scrambling for an excuse at the very least. She went straight into attack mode. She fixated on the fact that I confronted him and threw a punch, as if that was somehow the issue here. There was no remorse, just pure outrage that I had dared to react. Went on to say I was being insecure and controlling about her showing her tatas in the video call. She turned the entire conversation into an argument about me. How, with what I've done, I've made her lose trust in me. Ha! Okay, bitch. I tuned myself out to the rest of her rant, and after probably like an hour listening to her yapping about how I pushed her into seeking attention elsewhere, I told her to leave. The moment I said that, everything changed. The yapping stopped. The panic set in. Suddenly, she wanted to talk. I refused and told her to get bent. She stormed out afterwards, but was hovering about in the yard for at least 30 minutes after I closed the door on her. Probably thought I was too gentlemanly to strand her so late at night. Nah, to hell with her. She can go to her side piece if she wanted to be a damsel in distress. If the two of them end up together, good luck to them. They deserve each other. I feel exhausted. I feel almost elated at the turn of events. Hopefully I'll feel the same when I get up in the morning too. Edit. I'll be buying my mate a drink. He did me a solid. Story 2. Would I be an a-hole if I break up with my fiancé over something I found while snooping? I discovered a few months ago that my fiancé was having an affair, and we agreed to try to work past it. When I'm alone, I get this awful urge to snoop and followed it, plugging in a USB drive I found on our TV stand. I found a bunch of old saved pictures of the dude from years before she told me she met him, like nudes and shit, plus chat logs and stuff that revealed she was cheating with this guy on her previous partner too, extensively. I feel like I'm hedging a losing bet by staying, even though I'm an asshole for looking through someone else's stuff. Our stuff, LOL. We're supposed to be engaged and share. If I bail and just cite an unfortunate discovery of a history of duplicity, am I an asshole? Edit. She hasn't actually spoken to him since. It's just that she told me, after I found out, that her contacts with him had been limited, but they'd actually been intimate consistently despite her other relationship commitments for years. At the very least, she tells me, LOL, that she hasn't gotten any new messages. And when something comes through from him, she shows me. I believe she wants to work past it. I don't know if she's actually capable of it. Years of her going back to him despite his abusive and manipulative behavior when it's at the detriment of her healthy relationships is my evidence. I know she was still keeping up with him until October because she wasn't hiding that she was constantly talking to him, just the content of their activity. I found her chat logs from October separately while I was checking my email. She left herself logged into her cloud storage thing on our shared PC. I don't think she really cares about him. I found a box of unopened lingerie from years ago that he'd bought for her, for example. The receipt was still with it, the whole thing untouched for 8 years. Dude, run. You're not hedging a losing bet. You already lost. You're just deciding whether to keep playing. You gave her a second chance after catching her cheating, and now you've discovered she's been doing it for years with the same guy across multiple relationships. That's not a mistake. That's a pattern. This is who she is. And let's be real. Was snooping ideal? No. But you weren't being paranoid for no reason. Your gut was screaming at you because deep down, you knew something still wasn't right. And surprise, it wasn't. Breaking up with someone because you discovered they had a consistent and deliberate history of betraying their partners doesn't make you an asshole. It makes you smart. Don't waste another second trying to rebuild trust with someone who has never, in any relationship, been trustworthy. Get out now before she adds you to the list of exes she cheated on. Some comments. Not an a-hole, but it seems from some of your comment replies she's trying to be truthful to you. Give her another chance to be truthful, and you say you found the USB drive. Communication and trust are the foundations to a good relationship. If she says, oh, that, I completely forgot that I still had that. Sorry I lied to you about it when we met. If she throws it in the trash and says, oops, forgive me, then you're still fine. If she hems and haws, dump her ass. You're an ass. You found out about the affair and agreed to move past it. Then you snooped and found pictures from years ago, and you want to use that as an excuse? You were fine with her cheating on you, but now it's unacceptable because she also cheated on a prior partner? Being engaged means you share. Yes, it does not mean that snooping through your fiancé's years-old chat log is acceptable. Even married couples have a right to privacy. If you can't get past the affair, that's fine. But if that's the case, then you need to end things now. It isn't carte blanche to judge her for mistakes made before you got together.